This was a game going the second time against the Giants. You know, I figured that the Eagles were going to be more prepared and they were playing a lot better this time of the year. Last time we faced the Giants, we were coming off of a couple good games, and this team just totally turned around the most negative way possible. Like nothing worked. Then going into this game at home, it was ugly first half. I mean, it was ugly, guys. I mean, it was bad. This defense kept us big respect to Jonathan Gannon for this game and this defense. I understand that's just the Giants, and it's the same fans are going to say the same thing every single game. But it's getting us one game closer to the wild card, which the Eagles could take 6. They could take 7 seed. The 49ers don't have the 49ers still have a little bit of a tough schedule. The Vikings lost today against the Rams. They got to play Green Bay, so they're a game behind. And the Saints have to play the Dolphins next week, which the Saints are pretty much the only contention team that we have to worry about going into next week. And that's why the Eagles only have Washington left, going away at Washington, and then have to face Dallas the last game in Philly, which is going to be interesting. This first half was a lifeless first half. 3 things. The play calling was atrocious. Jalen Hurts just couldn't even stay accurate at all. I mean, just horrible. I mean, I don't know what was going on. And then the drops. That was probably the third thing. The drops was just nonstop. Like running backs catching ball. Everybody was dropping everything. Goddard drops the ball. Sanders drops the ball. And then Sanders was complaining a few days ago that Philly, why is Philly boo? But don't boo the team, blah, blah, blah. And that's the reason why. But it helped them in the end to win this game. It helped them in the end to win 34-10. Jalen Hurts was 17 for 29, 199 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We couldn't run the ball. Oh, actually, we barely ran the ball in the first half. It was maybe 4 or 5 times. I don't even know how many times we ran the ball. It wasn't much. We ran, a few times, and it worked, and they strayed away from it. They threw a lot of screen passes. If you guys know, they were throwing way too many screen passes. Hurts' mechanics were god-awful. I don't know why it looked like they came off a bye week. That's how bad this looked. It actually looked like they actually came off a bye week, which, it's the Giants, guys. I mean, there's really not much to defend when they're playing their third-string quarterback in Jake Fromm, okay? And Jake Fromm is like, holy crap, though. I don't even know how they even picked him to start. I mean, I know they had no options. I know they started Mike Glennon later on in the second half, obviously, or benched him, whatever it was. But Jake Fromm had like 25 yards in passing. I mean, that's how bad it was. It was really bad. But then, they scored. They got a field goal. And we almost had a pick by Big Play Slay that was dropped, unfortunately. So really in the first half, Hurts played like garbage. I mean, he was garbage. Nick Sirianni was garbage. And the whole team was following them. They were leading this garbage offense in the first half. Jake Elliott makes 17 field goals in a row and misses one. I mean, if Jake Elliott misses a field goal, you know that if Jalen Hurts plays bad, that entire offense and nothing works. Besides the defense really holding on, because this defense today, props to Gannon. Obviously, I haven't been a big fan of Gannon all year, and I know it's the Giants, and I know I'm going to hear that a million times, but they held up in this game. Defensive line was fantastic. I mean, they really held up in this game. Really good. And then going into the second half, my God, we were getting passes to, Quez Watkins, Jalen Reagor with first downs. I mean, the punt return from Jalen Reagor where they punted, it was a short punt to the 40-yard line. And Reagor just, instead of running sideways or running backwards, he ran forwards. And that skill set that Reagor has, and especially coming to the Eagles, getting drafted by the Eagles with that special teams pedigree, he can actually play like that. But it doesn't happen that much. You know what I mean? So I have to say, Devontae Smith, fantastic catches. Quez Watkins came up with that big Moss catch. He mossed some dude, which I thought that ball was going to get picked off. That big catch by Quez, I thought it was going to get picked off, but I think Quez found it. I don't know if the timing was right because I felt like Quez had to reinsert himself on that route and kind of look for that ball and take it away, and he did a fantastic job. Devontae Smith was fantastic. Dallas Goedert, they kind of strayed away from him a little bit. That touchdown was taken back because of a penalty. We had some penalties in the second half that kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, but defensively, this team really just they held for us the whole entire game. Defensive line, Fletcher Cox, another great day today. I mean, fantastic. Milton Williams had a sack. They got pressure on Jake Fromm. Rodney McLeod got a pick today and caused the Alex Singleton pick 6, which was fantastic. He got, deflected the ball right into Alex Singleton. So McLeod had a fantastic day. I thought Marcus Epps played pretty good. The corners played pretty good today. I mean, the quarterback play was just hard with New York because they just don't have a quarterback right now. They lost another tackle or the guard, whoever got hurt earlier in that game. Nate Solder was already out for the offensive line. So, I mean, there's been a lot of moments this year where we could have took advantage of a lot of injuries to other teams, and it seems like this team just doesn't do it. But I gotta say, we ran the ball really well. Miles Sanders ended up getting hurt, and then Jordan Howard ended up getting hurt later. So hopefully those 2 injuries aren't critically horrible. Those 2 guys we need badly because Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell are not going to be enough for this run game. It's not. It's the number 1 rushing attack offensively in the NFL, and you're not going to get it done with just Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell. You can, but it's just not enough. You know what I mean? So I thought the second half they balled out offensively, defensively. They played phenomenal. I mean, fantastic. I just don't know how you play a first half like that. Totally different play calling, bad play call sequence. The quarterback couldn't even be a quarterback. I mean, he couldn't even throw a pass. I mean, that's how bad. Now, I understand that there was probably 4 or 5 of those balls that were deflected, so I understand all of that, but can't do that in the wild. I mean, if they lost this game today, I would have been like, they don't deserve to be in the wild card. I mean, they can't play like that. They can't go into a wild card game if that's the case, if that's where we're going. They can't play like that. They just can't make mistakes like that. And obviously, you had a Quez Watkins PI call on some of those screen passes. Rager had a good screen pass. I forgot who was for. And then Devontae Smith, I think, on the Dallas Goedert touchdown. I forgot. I mean, he had a pick, a PI call, before the ball was thrown. So, I mean, there was some stupid penalty that shot ourselves in the foot. But I got to say, shout out to the offensive line. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. The guy could fight adversity. This doesn't say, every game I always say this because then people are going to think I think he's a franchise quarterback, which right now I don't. I mean, this is still progression. This is still something that we're kind of looking down the road to see what Jalen Hurts is going to turn into because I think at the end of the day, guys, if Jalen Hurts becomes more of a passing threat, gets more accurate, I think he's going to be a well-suited quarterback for this team. But he's not there yet. He's not there yet. And, I think it's not just up to Jalen Hurts. Nick Sirianni has to defend his quarterback. You know what I mean? Sirianni needs to help his quarterback. If his quarterback is struggling, the play calling sequence of that first half was so bad. I don't know why we were doing certain things. Hurts was throwing deep a few times. Like, there were some passes that just made no sense. That double coverage, another double coverage Devontae Smith passed the end zone that kind of almost went over his head. He wasn't even in that spot. There was just some passes that made no sense. Some screen passes. Stop with the screen passes. You know what I mean? It's okay if you do screens, but you need rhythm with this offense. So they went no huddle in the second half. They got a rhythm. They did really well. You know what I mean? But putting points on the board, not being stupid, going for 3 instead of going for it. You know what I mean? So good decision-making by Nick and this coaching staff. Lane Johnson had a touchdown today, which was fantastic. I was like, number 65, Lane Johnson. Oh my God! So I was freaking out. I didn't know what I was just I don't know the last time we threw a lineman a touchdown, threw the ball to a lineman in the end zone. I don't know when the last time we actually did that. I don't even know. But this was a good win. This is a good win. I'm glad this team won by a lot of points. You know what I mean? So. Over 30 points. I think they could have scored over 40 on the Giants, and this is how the team should have played them last time. But obviously we didn't run the ball that much, and we looked sluggish, and Hurts played hard. I mean, it was just bad all around. It was just bad football defensively, offensively. It was just really bad. I understand that the Giants are struggling with injuries, and they're just a total disaster right now. But the Eagles, they took advantage of the situation, and I'm glad that they scored a lot of points. Coming out of this game, if they only scored maybe 20, if it was 20 to 3, or maybe it was like, I don't know, like 15 to 3, I don't know, whatever it was. I didn't want it to be a low score game. I want the Eagles to literally just score as many points as possible to kind of keep me comfortable a little bit going. We're going to have to go to Washington and play a road game and, be in contention for this wild card spot, whether we're in a 6 or a 7 seed. But obviously big mistakes, from this team in the first half. Look, I'm not going to take it away from them. Like, they won the game. But I'm going to point out, the bad things that happened in this game. And that's just the truth of what's going on. Like, Jalen Hurts looked like crap that first half. Nick looked like crap. Jalen Hurts looked like crap, and the rest of his team just, it runs through your whole team. Besides the defense, it ran through the whole entire team. You only give up 3 points in the first half, which is great, which is fine. But the Eagles they just couldn't move the ball. They just could not move the ball whatsoever. So, at this point, guys, like, I think this team's going in the right direction as of, this season. There is an identity there. There is an identity, and I think they found it. But sometimes I think they stray away from it, and I don't know why Nick does a lot of different things. Like, I don't know why. Like they barely ran the ball in the first half. It was very few run plays. They were doing a lot of screens. And Hurts was just struggling on his own. The Giants were blitzing. They deflected like 5 passes. I mean, they were bringing the heat on Jalen Hurts, but that second half, they made some changes and went back to what they were going to do. I mean, what was the first series, I think it was like 3rd and 2, and they still passed the ball. And Jalen Hurts held on to the ball for like a long time. So, not saying Jalen Hurts is perfect, but missed Dallas Goedert on that touchdown wide open in the end zone where he had to kick a field goal. Like, there are still issues where Hurts finding wide open receivers. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter is he's missing guys wide open. He's been doing that all year. You know what I mean? It's still happening. I mean, the one that Dallas Goedert's wide open, he's by himself, and he's waving his arms, he's sitting there for like 10 minutes, and he doesn't pass the ball to him. It's a problem. It's still a problem right now. It's not fixed yet. He still has that issue. So, that's the difference when you have a quarterback that's just a better quarterback. You're going to score a lot more points. This offense could probably be a lot better with a better passing quarterback. But, Hurts just made a few mistakes. It is what it is. He made some mistakes today. He still has some flaws that he's had all year. But, you get a win out of this. You score over 30 points. And, the Giants, they didn't deserve to lose. They fought hard to get this win. And once the rhythm started, it started. And defensively, man, they played fantastic. Rodney McLeod played fantastic. I mean, pick and then deflecting for that Alex Singleton pick 6. Just fantastic. There was pressure all game. I mean, there was good pressure. And they blitzed a good amount. I mean, they were blitzing Jannard Avery. I'm sitting here like waiting, like Gannon better not respect Jake Fromm or the other guy. I mean, Mike Lennon. I mean, there's no way you could just sit back. I mean, really, at the end of the day, like, they blitzed, and then there was times where they didn't, because if that 4-man pass rush is actually working, you don't have to blitz that much. And I think you did really well. So obviously the Eagles took, they scored a little bit more at the end of the game, just because the Eagles took out a lot of defensive starters. They put in a lot of younger guys to finish out the game. Rest some of the other guys. There's no point when you're going to win the game anyway. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I just want to go over this win. I feel really good about it. Feel really good going to next week. I just don't want them to fall flat like they did in that first half, because if teams take advantage of that and our defense isn't there to save the day, we're going to be in trouble. And that's just the truth. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Leave me a comment in the comment section below what you guys thought about this game. What do the Eagles still need to work on? How'd you feel about the first half? You guys let me know in the comment section below. And I will see you guys later. You guys have a fantastic night. I will see you guys later. Shakes, what up, follow. So, peace out, guys. Peace.